Durante los últimos días, la parte estadounidense ha alimentado la amenaza de guerra, ha creado artificialmente una atmósfera de tensión, algo que asestó un duro golpe a la economía, la estabilidad social y a las condiciones de vida del pueblo de Ucrania, y asimismo aumentó la resistencia en el avance de las negociaciones y el diálogo entre las partes interesadas.
I'd like to thank Poland for regularly hosting more than 4,000 enduring rotational U.S. military personnel. It's the fourth largest concentration of U.S. forces in Europe. And of course, in light of Russian force buildup near Ukraine, we appreciate Poland for hosting an additional 4,700 U.S. soldiers who are prepared to respond to a range of contingency. And they will work closely with our State Department and with Polish authorities should there be any need to help American citizens leave Ukraine. Under the 2020 Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement signed by our two countries, Poland strongly contributes to these deployments by providing facilities and logistical resources which we truly appreciate.
But let me be clear. I am here today not to start a war, but to prevent one. The information I presented here is validated by what we've seen unfolding in plain sight before our eyes for months. And remember that while Russia has repeatedly derided our warnings and alarms as melodrama and nonsense,
I am here today to show the United Kingdom's steadfast support for Ukraine. I'm very impressed that despite the Russian aggression towards Ukraine, that life here in Kiev goes on. And I am impressed by the level of stoicism, both from the Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian government. We admire your fortitude in the face of Russian aggression, and we stand with you in defence of your right to determine your own future. We're very proud, as the United Kingdom, to be at the forefront of support for Ukraine. We've provided defensive weapons, and we've trained 22,000 members of the Ukrainian army. And when the Prime Minister visited Kiev earlier this month, he announced we're providing 88 million to support Ukraine's democracy and energy independence. Today, I can announce the next component of our support, increasing our funding for these projects to a value of £100 million. I'm also proud, together with Dmytro, to be launching our new trilateral partnership with Poland and Ukraine. We will intensify work on defence and security, sanctions, energy security and countering disinformation. And this demonstrates that the United Kingdom is willing and ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with allies across Eastern and Central Europe. Russia must think again. Despite their claims, Russia's military build-up shows no signs of slowing. There is currently no evidence that their forces are withdrawing, and we need Russia to step back from the brink. They must take the path of diplomacy. Last week, I delivered a strong message to Sergei Lavrov in Moscow. I told him directly that Russia must respect Ukraine's sovereignty and engage in meaningful talks. If they do not choose the path that we have laid out, I made it clear the price that Russia would pay. We are ready with our allies to impose severe costs on Russia. There would be severe economic costs through an unprecedented package of coordinated sanctions. The United States have been clear that Nord Stream 2 would not go ahead, and Russia would risk creating a prolonged and drawn-out war with a terrible toll which would be borne by the Russian people. Russia would confirm its status as an international pariah. Instead, I urge the Kremlin once again to de-escalate and to choose diplomacy. In the Revolution of Dignity, the Ukrainian people were clear about the future they want. They chose freedom. And we will show the free world is prepared to stand up and support you in that choice. Together, we can turn the tide on Russian aggression, and we can build a more secure future for all of us right across Europe. Thank you.
Please come on, ladies and gentlemen. What is my minister asked me? What do you think what Russia really wants? I have it just on the side of the street. Is Russia really interested to have a small, tiny strip of Ukraine soil? Integrate their country? No, this is nonsense. I think Putin is probably putting pressure on it because he can do it, and he knows if he splits the European Union. But what he really wants is respect. He wants, on eye level, he wants respect. And my God, giving someone respect is low cost, even no cost. So if I was asked, I'm not asked, but I was asked, it is easy to even give him the respect he really demands and probably also deserves. Russia is an old country. Russia is an important country. Even we, India, Germany, we need Russia because we need Russia against China. Probably not from your perspective, but from my perspective. I'm a really radical Roman Catholic. I'm believing in God and I'm believing in Christianity. And there we have a Christian country. Even Putin is in Athens, but it doesn't matter. I think having this big country, even if it's not a democracy at our side, as a bilateral partner, giving them a chance with the EU and also the United States of America, having on eye level, same eye level. It is easy, it's an easy workout. And it keeps us probably Russia away from China, because China needs the resources of Russia. And they're willing to give them, because our sanctions sometimes are going the wrong way. But this is foreign policy. This is made by politicians. Of course, we cannot agree on what Russia is doing in Chechnya and other parts. That has to be addressed. And yes, it has to also address what is happening in Ukraine. Okay, the Crimea Peninsula is gone. They'll never come back. This is it. This is a fact. And we have to learn that political issues are factual questions and not emotions. So, I'm sorry, I did not even know what we'll see the question anymore. Hopefully.
You have talked a lot about security guarantees, and now we've seen your proposals. You also say you have no intention of invading Ukraine. So will you guarantee unconditionally that you will not invade Ukraine or any other sovereign country, or does that depend on how negotiations go? And another question, what is it, do you think, that the West does not understand about Russia or about your intentions? Thank you.
Значит, по поводу гарантий и что будет от чего зависеть, будет ли что-то зависеть от хода переговоров. Наши действия будут зависеть не от хода переговоров, а от безусловного обеспечения безопасности России сегодня и на историческую перспективу. В этой связи мы ясно и четко дали понять, что дальнейшее движение НАТО на восток неприемлемо. Ну чего здесь непонятно? Мы что ли ставим ракеты рядом с границами Соединенных Штатов? Нет. Это же Соединенные Штаты своими ракетами пришли к нашему дому. На пороге нашего дома находятся уже. Ну разве это какое-то избыточное требование? Не ставить больше никаких ударных систем у нашего дома. Ну чего здесь необычного? Вот как американцы бы отнеслись, если мы взяли там на границе между Канадой и США или на границе Мексики и США поставили бы наши ракеты. А что, разве у Мексики и у США не было никогда территориальных вопросов? А Калифорния кому принадлежала раньше? А Техас? Подзабыли, что ли? Ну ладно, все затихло. Никто не вспоминает про это, так как вспоминают сегодня про Крым. Замечательно. Но и мы стараемся не вспоминать о том, что как Украина-то складывалась. Кто ее создал-то? Ленин Владимир Ильич.
Не на каждых учениях можно увидеть подвешенную на бомбардировщик противокорабельную крылатую ракету Х-22 «Буря». По своим габаритам она даже превосходит подводную торпеду. Длина 11 метров, вес 6 тонн. Настоящая убийца авианосцев. Вот так выглядит суперсовременный гиперзвуковой ракетный авиационный комплекс «Кинжал». Лично я впервые в жизни вижу его так близко своими глазами и имею возможность прикоснуться. Конечно, вызывают уважение его габариты. Из-за большого веса самолет МиГ-31К может взять только один такой комплекс. И, по сути, он выступает в роли первой ступени для запуска.
The risk that would be posed to any civilian if they remain in the country.
This is now the second evacuation of Americans.
It's not actually an evacuation, to be clear. American citizens can depart Ukraine. There are means of departing Ukraine. This is not a country where we are at war. We have tens of thousands of troops who have been fighting a war for 20 years, so it's incredibly different.
So you're referring to that.
Боевая тревога, ракетная атака. Боцман держать, боевой курс 150 градусов.
3, 2, 1.